Welcome back to the Building Better Lives podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening to my video today. If you could do me a favor before we get started, if you could like, share, and subscribe to this video, I really appreciate it. Really trying to reach more people. But anyway, what I want to talk to you guys today about, especially our young men, is getting a skill, right? Having a skill, a valuable skill that people are willing to pay for, right? In today's world, we have a lot of guys who think life is easy, right? What I will tell you that life does not get any easier the older you get, right? You have to be able to provide a service or a skill that people are willing to pay for. And the reason I bring this up, because if you have a skill, a valuable skill, you will never go hungry. And this is how you can increase your life, right? There's so many guys who are wondering what they can do to better themselves, right? You always hear go to the gym. Definitely, I agree with that. You gotta be in good shape. You don't want to, be out of shape. You always hear about dressing better. A lot of channels on that, and I appreciate those channels because those channels help, right? And you always talk about mindset, right? Confidence, right? I want to add on to something that, may or may not be talked about, but I don't feel like it's talked about enough. Getting a valuable skill, right? There used to be, and some guys who are older may remember this, there used to be something we call a vocational school or vocational classes when we were, in school back in the 90s and, some early 2000s, but in the 90s mostly, um, where you could learn a skill, whether that skill was welding, whether that skill was, car repair, body work, like auto detail shop. I mean, we used to even have wood shop. I know guys, crazy, they would give kids saws and power tools and the world didn't catch on fire, right? So I don't know how that would work nowadays. I think kids are a little too soft, a little too unpredictable. To be trusted with anything at this point. Um, but that's neither here nor there right now. But the reason I bring that up is not everybody is cut out for college, right? And even if you are cut out for college, you go there and you have the same degrees, the same skill set that everybody else has that's graduating. So there's all these people coming out of school who have a degree saying, hey, I should know how to do this thing. But it's either very, very broad or it's so many people that have it, I'm not in a rush to pick you, right? And unfortunately, I found that, if you look at, statistics, men are dropping out of school. Men are not going to college, right? Because they're not getting anything out of it. So what do you do in return? You better go get yourself a skill. You can have a great life by getting your skill, but you got to get one, right? So what kind of skills are we talking about here? Some of these skills are, working with your hands, right? Maybe some of you guys are lazy, but those blue collar skills pay a ton of money, right? I used to know a plumber, right? He passed away now, but he was doing a plumber all since I was growing up, right? This particular plumber drove some of the nicest cars that I've ever seen. For man to man, not as far as what you've seen out there, with social media, but for an average everyday, I'm going to walk and talk and shake your hand. He had everything he wanted. He was able to buy whatever he wanted because he had his own plumbing business, right? You look at how much people are getting paid right now. If you're on a job and you're working at wherever, you're making $10 to $15 an hour. I don't know how much you might be making. Well, let's say it's under 20, which a lot of people are making under $20, right? If you're making under $20, if you really want to succeed in life, you probably have to work a second job, right, in order to afford things. you are who I am talking to. You need another skill that people are willing to pay for. If you have a skill that is in abundance, which is, like I said, these low paying jobs, which is, customer service, nothing wrong with them. If you need a job, they're just not going to propel you in life. So you need to, and these are hard skills we're talking about. I'm going to talk about the difference between hard skills and soft skills. So hard skills, you actually know how to fix something, whether that be HVAC, which is heating and air condition, plumbing, carpentry, um, welding. There's a plethora of things. I'm sure you guys in the comments can speak on. Definitely, what some of the skills are out there that you can learn. These guys make a good living. These are the 6-figure earners. These guys are the 6-figure earners, right? Maybe it's not as cool to be, sweaty every day, dealing with dirty jobs, as Mike Rowe would say. But these jobs pay well, right? And what's cooler, making a lot of money and being dirty, or being broke but clean? There used to be a saying back in the day when I was growing up: a dirty ride beats a cleanup walk every day, right? And here's why I say this. So that same plumber, he might be dirty on the days he worked, but when he stepped out, he's stepping out in a brand new Corvette. When he's stepping out, he has a Mustang totally souped up. He has another truck. He has these things. He has a nice house. He has money to go on vacation. I got another friend of mine I grew up with. He's in concrete, right? And that's my family, and we're in the South. They dealt with steel and concrete, right? I have an uncle who made millions of dollars. And keep it all because he didn't have any financial, wisdom as he should. But he's made millions of dollars over the years with concrete and steel, right? Got dirty, worked hard every day, but made plenty of money. I got another cousin of mine. I call him my cousin, but we grew up together. He's in the concrete. He has a concrete. His dad had a concrete business. He learned the concrete business, and he's living lavishly, just pouring concrete. Right? We as men have to start expanding our skill sets if we want to succeed at life, right? So let's say you're just not cut out for being outside. You better get inside and learn something about a computer. And we're not just talking about basic computer skills. I mean, that's helpful. That opens the door, but you need to learn how to code. You need to learn how to write programs. You need to learn how to be able to administrate, a company and build a network. These are things that you can learn. If you don't want to be outside, there's things that you can do on the inside that are going to be helpful, right? If you guys want to make a change in your life, you have to get a skill. You have to find a skill set. If I'm not even going to say, just be a mechanic, but what kind of mechanic are you? Can you build me something? Can you fabricate something? Is there a reason I should pay you extra money to do, my discretionary money to do something for me? And I mean, if you are a mechanic, you'll never go broke. You'll never go broke. You'll always be able to find a job, but you have to keep your skills up. You have to learn. You have to be willing to, learn your skills. And if you really want to change your life, there are plenty of programs out there that say, hey, I want to be more than what I am. How can you help? But if you're not willing to do that, then you have to be willing to accept your lot in life and not get upset about it and not blame the rest of the world for your mistakes and the fact that you can't do what you want to do, right? Jobs are hard, right? Jobs are meant to be hard. Why are jobs meant to be hard? Because why would I pay you to do it if it wasn't hard? I just do it myself, right? But careers can be easy. And I say that because if you find a career that you know will help your family succeed, you know that it is changing your life, it is easy to get up and go to work and get that money. It's even when it sucks, you know that this is providing a great lifestyle for me. And I enjoy providing for my family. Now, I'm not telling you go on a job where you know, your life suffers because of it, you know. But I'm telling you, it is easy to work for work in a career that is providing you and your children, or your future children if you don't have any, are providing you a lifestyle that you would otherwise not be able to afford. Right? What's easier? Working in a dead-end job, not making any money, not being able to do anything, not being able to go out, not being able to buy yourself anything, not being able to go on vacation, or sweating and being able to afford a life that you can be proud of, right? You have to pick your lane. Like I said, you can be inside or outside, but you have to pick one. You can't just exist and say, this is what I want to do. And I'll speak on me. I used to work outside. I did. I found out it wasn't for me. My dad's a carpenter. My dad could build anything. And on the summers, guess where I worked? On the weekends, guess where I worked with? My dad. I hated it, but I was getting paid. I hated it. So I decided, hey, I'm going to learn some inside skills. And if I have to do outside stuff, like I can do something on a car. I can do something outside if I need to. Which I recommend. Don't be a complete screw up and not be able to do anything. But that's not how I wanted to make my money. So I went and got me some skills. And my skills happen to be into, IT. That's why I suggested it earlier. But you guys got to go get you some skills. If you want to have a better life and you want to, succeed at life, you got to have a skill or two. Because, what if something doesn't work out? What are you going to do? You have to be willing to say, I am going to invest in myself more than my clothes, more than the gym, and even more than the mindset, right? Because nothing affects a mindset more than being broke and penniless. Right? If you can't afford to take care of yourself, your mindset is going to drop dramatically. Right? But if you can pay your bills, if you can go out and buy yourself something, you can take yourself on a date or take someone else on a date, you seem to be a little bit chipper. You're like, you know what? It's not as bad as regardless of what's going on right now, I am still blessed. All right? But if life has you beat to the point where you're in the corner and you can't do anything about it, it's hard to see through it. You can. It's not impossible. But it's hard to see through that when you can't see your way. You can't see yourself getting out of it. Right? Man don't work, you don't eat. Right? But a man don't work well, he don't eat well. You guys gotta pick your poison, guys. And you can either be the guy who looks like he got money, or you can be the guy who has money. I guarantee you, looking like you have money, you will be found out quickly that you don't have any. But anyway, I just wanted to put that bug in your ear, guys. Think about it, mull it over. Let's talk about it in the comments. Any guys who are in those fields that can speak on that, and there's a shortage of blue collar workers, right? There's a real shortage of blue collar workers because, guys, it's not sexy to get dirty. It's not sexy to be an electrician, even though they're getting paid $100,000+ a year to be a master electrician. Not sexy. What the hell's not sexy about getting 100 bands when you only making 20,000, if that, a year? Come on, guys, you gotta level up, and there's only one way to level up, and that's by focusing on yourself, investing in yourself, and saying, hey, I want to have more out of my life. Anyway, thanks, guys, for listening. This has been Build Better Podcasts, Build Better Lives Podcast. Talking too much today, but if you do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below if you agree with what I'm saying. And like I said, if you have some, suggestions, also comment that as well. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a great one.